So today we're going to dig into this really curious digital entity called Analysis Solution, or ASMC. Now, on the surface, it looks like a business, but once you start poking around, you realize it's actually a complete mystery.
And right away, you get hit with this quote from their website. Online education is like eating papaya instead of apple. It's kind of puzzling, a little poetic, and honestly, it's our first big clue.
So what in the world does that mean? And what does fruit have to do with business development? Well, that's what we're here to figure out. Let's jump in and try to piece together all the clues from their online presence.
Okay, so first things first. We have to start our investigation by just trying to figure out the basics. Who or what is this organization?
At first glance, it seems pretty straightforward. Their site literally says they're a business development service based in Najibabad, India. Simple enough, right? Well, this is where things start to get a little weird.
You just take a quick scroll through their updates, and you find some oddities. Like in September 2021, there's this post asking for birthday ideas for the marketing manager. Then fast forward a few months, and they're posting these detailed articles about mixing modern and traditional medicine. This is definitely not your typical corporate blog.
And believe me, the rabbit hole just gets deeper when you look at the absolutely wild range of services they say they offer.
First up, there's primary health, which I guess follows from that post about medicine. Kind of unusual for a business developer, don't you think?
Then you've got online education, which of course is where we got that whole mysterious papaya and apple quote.
And then you get to the stuff that makes a bit more sense, like investment and marketing, with the prices right there on the site. So just to recap, we're at healthcare, education, and finance.
But this table, this is where the puzzle really comes into focus. On the left, you have art and design consultants, doing things like brand names and logos. But on the right, they're offering mathematical services. And we're not talking basic arithmetic here. We're talking complex and even tensor analysis. Just to give you an idea, tensor analysis is the kind of high-level math used to model stuff like general relativity. So, how in the world do app logos and the theory of relativity connect?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? Primary health, branding, advanced mathematics. What is the common thread? Well, if you look closely at their own materials, the answer apparently comes down to a single, powerful word.
And that word is analysis. But not just in the mathematical sense or the business sense. For them, analysis is a core philosophy, something they apply to, well, absolutely everything.
And how they define analysis is really telling. This is from a description of their coaching classes. For them, it's all about breaking things down to find better content, to attract knowledge, and, this is the key part, to find a new way.
And you can see how that philosophy translates directly into what they do for people. This quote explains that they don't just give you an answer. They suggest a solution that's based on analyzing you, your abilities, and your limits. It's a super personalized way of solving problems.
So there it is. That's the connection. The thread tying marketing to mathematics isn't the service itself, but the method. This core idea of breaking things down, analyzing them, and finding a totally new path forward, no matter what the problem is.
But this whole idea, it's not just a business strategy for them. It really expands into a full-blown philosophy for how to succeed in life.
You dive into their organization thoughts section, and it's just filled with these really powerful one-liners, like this one. Adopt every thought that strengthens you, reject every thought that weakens you. It's so direct, so empowering, and it's clearly a huge part of their worldview.
Here's another one. It's a little bit of a brain twister, but it's fascinating. If your statement proves that it is true, and it shows truth, then in fact that truth proves your point. It seems to point to this deep belief that a solid argument, a real truth, just proves itself.
So all of this, the method, the services, the philosophy, it's all pointing towards one central promise. A single phrase that you see again and again on their site. One step toward the solution. That's it. That's their ultimate promise. It isn't about having all the answers at once. It's just about making progress, taking that one crucial first step with their unique style of analysis as your guide.
All right, so let's take our own final step here and put all these puzzle pieces together to see the whole picture.
And as you go through all this material, one name keeps popping up right next to all these core ideas: Gaurav Deep Gautam. He's listed as the CEO, which really suggests that ASMC is the expression of one person's very specific unified vision.
So what is Analysis Solution? Well, it's a business development service, and it's an online education platform, and it's a math coaching center, and it's a source of philosophical guidance. It's this incredibly multifaceted consulting firm where every single one of these different parts is all held together by one person's unique method of analysis.
And all this leaves us with a bigger question, really. In a world full of companies that do just one thing, Analysis Solution does everything. It's a hybrid, it's a generalist, it's a story. And it really makes you wonder, in today's crowded digital world, what defines a business more? The services it lists or the unique story it chooses to tell?